I'm Grant Ramos, I'm your host.
And I'm Brandon, your Lyft driver.
And welcome to Lift Off. Let's lift off. Brandon was very patient enough to wait for me for an extra 5 minutes because they wouldn't let me out of class and I didn't drive today. So fuck my life.
Oh, was that your actual class?
That was my actual
I
class.
thought that was your house.
No. You were picking me up from class. We're going to my house, which is why I might do a lot of these hand gestures so that because I always maintain that, like, when I find, because there are a few of these I've had to go through and just kind of like bleep certain directions and addresses, being like, I don't know if I want people knowing where I live.
Yeah, seriously.
Brandon, how long have you been a Lyft driver?
I think about 7 weeks now.
Okay, so not that bad.
Yeah,
You're like
kind of
in the
new, kind of newbie.
New-ish, but you're almost done being newbie.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like 340 rides. So,
Oh shit! All right,
so it's a decent amount in 7 weeks.
because we were just talking about the rating system, and we were just talking about how, you know, if you drop to a certain point, and that's why I always give 5 stars, especially those that, you know, are on the podcast. 7 weeks. Have you had any horror stories yet?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Because you got a nice fucking car. You got what is this, a big black Chevy SUV monster truck?
yeah, it's a Tahoe.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, man.
Give me
I've had a few.
Give me a bad one. Give me the worst.
There's two. One, I was picking up this girl in Silver Lake.
Do you mind if I turn this down?
Oh yeah. Turn it on. Picking up this girl in Silver Lake, and some like little crackhead looking girl gets in instead, and it looked nothing like the picture. And long story short, I was like, "So is that you, Amanda?" And she was like, "Yeah, that used to be my face." And I was like,
What?
That's the exact words. That used to be my face. I was like, "What?"
Oh my god! Oh,
And
dude.
then there was a dude like calling the cops on us outside, and I was like, "Why?"
Wait, was that actually her?
No, it wasn't. It ended
Oh,
up not
okay.
being her. But at the same time, there was also a dude like calling the cops, and I'm like, "What's he doing?" She's like, "Oh, probably calling the cops on us because he thinks I stole something." And I was like, "Sweetie, what's going on?" Like, she was in my ride for a while, and I eventually kicked her out, realized it wasn't her. So that was crazy.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah. Then I had another dude that was like, I don't know if he was plotting to kill his wife or if he was joking about it, but tweak. Yeah, like I'm
Oh,
over
we
here in the
just went
conversation.
We just went from little crackhead to guy gets in my car and says he wants to kill his wife.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
No, like, what was the shit that he said? Was he like sharpening a fucking machete while he was?
Well, she calls me from the phone that I guess it was booked from a different phone, the Lyft ride.
Okay.
And she calls me like out of breath, like I need my inhaler. My husband has it, and he's like, hopefully my plan worked. Like this bitch is finally gonna die. Like I'm finally rid of her. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if he's joking or not. And then I don't know. A security guard told me that. Well, I took him to a 7-Eleven, and the security guard there was like, yeah, he's talking to this bum about heroin. He's like, I think they're doing a heroin deal, and I think your ride's on heroin. And I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I think the dude was tripping on heroin. He definitely did a drug deal after that.
Like
in
you
my
drove
truck.
In your truck.
In my truck after that. Yeah, it was
Like
so
he was
obvious.
just like
It was obvious.
It was like roll down the window. Hello, good friend. How are you? Thanks. Good to see you.
Well-
that was just a friend I haven't seen in a while.
Well, some chick just hops in my truck, and I see them exchange something in their hands, real small baggie. So I know it wasn't just like weed or anything.
Fucking.
So, and then he wanted me to take him elsewhere, and he had like boxes and bags and all kinds of stuff. So I threw it out on the sidewalk. Well, didn't throw it, but I placed it out on the sidewalk. I was like, this ride's over. And he was taking me all over the place. I'm talking about like a 2-hour ride. I was like, this
Are you
ride's
serious,
over.
dude?
Yeah, it was super long. It was,
I mean,
it was bizarre.
I feel guilty because I feel bad because like I've met like people. I'll put you because it's just gonna be a left. I was talking to an old dude the other day. Who was just, I'm like, how long are you doing this? He's like, since it started about a year and 8 months. And I'm like, do you have any horror stories? He goes, no, all pleasant people. Some weirdos, you know, some drunks. Which looking at your car, I would fear for drunks.
Yeah.
Because you have you clearly maintain your shit. And,
Yeah.
like I'm looking back, I think your car is nicer than or cleaner than anything I've ever owned. Have you had anybody throw up yet?
Well, yeah. One person was riding shotgun, and I told him, I was like, he better. It was like 6 people on the ride. It was a Lyft Plus, and I was like, this guy looks like he's gonna throw up, and they're like, no, he's good. So sure enough, as we get right to his house, you know, after like a 30-minute ride, he starts doing the And I'm like, oh, hell no. So, like, I pull over and I kind of open the door and didn't push him out, but I
You gently nudged
leaned him. Gently leaned him.
Yes, that is
So he's
the
throwing up, and he threw up a little bit on the trim over there, and you know I cleaned it up, whatever. I didn't make a big stink about it.
That would be my big deal, is because I've cleaned up that drunk guy's vomit, but I'm not a Lyft driver. If I were a Lyft driver,
Yeah.
like, or either I've had them clean it up and be like, yo, no, you go grab some paper towels and go cut in some Windex at least. But as a Lyft driver, I would imagine you have to be like, all right, you hit those 5 stars, and then I'm gonna tell your friend to do this. But I don't think I would have.
Yeah, I don't know. I better have gotten 5 stars because I walked him to his house because I wouldn't let him get back in my vehicle. I walked him to his house. I was like, hey, like I'm not trying to be a dick, but I can't have him come back in my ride. Like he's got throw up on him, and they were like, no, he's good. I'm like, no, he's not.
Under no circumstances.
Yeah. So I walked him. I walked them to their house and. I did all kinds of stuff for them. I hope because I wasn't trying to be rude or anything, but I can't have throw up in my vehicle.
You were like the most patient person, like you're Gandhi right now compared to most of the people that I've met. And trust me, I've had some weird Lyft drivers. Only once have I given like 4 stars, and the dude was clearly on drugs. But I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
But I'm pretty sure.
He was on drugs?
Oh, his eyes were pinholes, dude.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I told that story on another Lyft. So like fuck it, I'll edit it out. Let's just have a conversation. But I was with my buddy Jake, and we just saw The Amazing Spider-Man, the newest one, the second one. And so we're going on, because we're comic book geeks, if you will, and we're like, well, this was shit, this was good, this was shit, that was good, I could have done better, could have done worse. And so then there's like that silence when a conversation's just over, and you got a good friend, you can have that silence.
Yeah, it's not awkward.
Yeah. And so we were having that silence, and all of a sudden so you guys gonna go see that Spider-Man movie? And I'm just like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it looks pretty good. So we had to, and he almost rear-ended like 3 cars. And like I'm fine with like people like Lyft drivers running red lights. In fact, I'm like, thank you. You're looking out for me. You're trying to get me there on time. Mark on with your bad self. And this dude, like, we had to make a left turn, and it was green, no cars coming, didn't take it. Yellow, no cars coming, didn't take it. Red, oh shit. And I'm like, oh, homeboy.
What the hell?
Dude, this corner's good for me. And even then, I was just like, I can't bring myself to do 5 stars. You get 4 stars for that.
Yeah, that's pretty dangerous.
Well, that's my thing. Like, my whole thing is, as long as I like arrive alive and I don't wake up without my kidneys in Mexico, then we're good.
Yeah.
Like I said, like before the podcast started, I was mentioning that like it's bullshit when people don't give 5 stars because it's a ride sharing system. I'm giving you gas money and time money to drive me somewhere.
Yeah, I get it if they're rude or if they're like their navigation's really, really, even if it's that bad. I don't know. I don't think people realize that they're kind of hurting that driver's chances of keeping their job.
Yeah,
essentially.
I mean, clearly you're doing very well for yourself. A lot of people, they need this job to be left at this. Like,
and I had a 5-star for a while. I'm trying to get back. I'm at a 4.92. I'm trying to get back to a 5-star. I'm
gonna help you because I saw like once before they clicked lift off that I have a 4.9, and I got
You came up as a 5.0.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back, baby. I was so upset. I was just like,
It hurts, right? Doesn't it?
Which one was it? I just want to know off Facebook. You would apologize.
It hurts. That's what I told people. They don't understand. And then when it happens to them, who was it that 4-starred me? Was it that guy Larry? Was it Sheila?
And the worst thing is though that you can't find out.
No, you can't. It's confidential. Which makes sense.
Well, I mean, like a lot of times, if like I'll leave reviews if it's an outstanding ride. That being said, like also, and you'll probably get a review saying, "Hey, just so you know, this is where you can find the podcast," and blah 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 blah, and give you a really good review.
For sure.
But I'm like, if you get a review, you'll know it's from me. If it's from me, just my nomenclature alone, that, and I'll just mention something in particular. Like I'll be like, "Hey, I was the one that kept complimenting your car," and mentioning how you are clearly the most patient person in LA. Say that 10 times fast. That being said, we're almost at our destination, and see that yellow sign up there?
Yeah.
Alright, just after that, the building right behind it, take a left.
Alright, cool.
Okay, that being said, do you have just a wacky, crazy, random story that you still call your friends about to this day and be like, yo, bro, do you remember the time when we, and then ends in Tijuana?
Ends in Tijuana. Yeah, I can't.
We're
almost here. We're almost here.
Oh, okay. Well, then how about that?
That should have been the first question.
That should have. God, that should have been. I need to rearrange the. Well, usually because I get do you have any horror stories? They don't want to be. They don't want to actually say anything because they're like, oh, it might hurt my reading, but fuck them. This one with the white lights.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and take your time on this hill. It's a fucking bastard. Damn. All right. Well, how about a little nugget of wisdom? If you could tell your 16-year-old self something, what would it be?
You don't know shit, man. You don't know shit.
That's fantastic. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm Grant Ramos. I've been your host.
Brandon Cruz, Lyft driver.
Guys, keep on lifting.